have to remember. Don't get caught up, oh, I've achieved, this and that. There is always a new beginning. Humility is the best character that you can actually have. 3, as I learned as well, and I just use this as an example. What is the difference between an accountant and one who runs an accounting firm? What's the difference? So sometimes we go to our jobs, and sometimes some of you will turn your profession into a business, but you've got to understand that if you're doing it, you have to approach it with a completely different mindset. Me, I approached it with, I'm a stockbroker, let me go start a stockbroking firm. So another difference is you don't necessarily have to be an accountant to start an accounting firm. The way now entrepreneurs think, you don't have to be the accountant. Yeah, you probably just know how to structure and run a professional services firm, and you're like, I think I can see the gap in accounting, and you can actually do it. You don't have to be the accountant. Of course, you have to partner or hire people who are the actual accountants, but you don't have to be the accountant. Yeah, and the more you move yourself away from the task of doing, the more your business is going to grow. Of course, in the beginning, you might do the doing, but the doing is more so for you to understand who really is my market, what do I really want to do. That's where your doing comes. So your doing is a learning process rather than it's a job you're stuck to for life. Yeah. So you're just doing in the meantime to understand, but you're doing with the aim of this is something I can pass over to someone else. One day you might want to sell the company. Yeah. So who are you going to sell it to if you're stuck to it? They're not going to buy it. People don't lend money to organizations where they see that it is dependent on one person. That's another reason why banks don't lend to many startups. Yeah, and I'll come to capital. So just remember, like I experienced, there's a difference. And once you appreciate the difference, you're more prepared. No one had told me network. Yeah. The most important thing is not what you know, it is who you know. It is who, and network is not, when you say I have a network, what do you think that people mean? A lot of people waste time building the wrong network. So for some people, for your business, yes, you will need to know procurement and government. But for others, you sit back and like, I'm so connected, I'm like, so what? So many of us would like to know Bob Collymore personally, yeah? And say, I am networked at Safaricom, right? I am networked. How will it help you to know Bob Collymore? Yeah. So some businesses, maybe you need to know the person who distributes tomato seeds. That's your network. Maybe you need to know the farmer. So for your business idea, you have to first say, which network do I need to know? And network is important because sometimes business can be very lonely. This is what I have learned. There is always someone with a solution to the challenge you are going through, and you are always someone else's solution. Yeah. And that is why conversations are powerful. They open up the way you're thinking, and don't necessarily go into networking is not, hi, my name is Waceke. Then you immediately start talking about yourself. Run Centonomy, we can help you manage your money. That is not networking. That is not a conversation, because already what have you done? You put up a wall. You're going to start pitching yourself immediately. And networking is about, I listen to you, you listen to me, and maybe we find there's a common solution we can give to each other. If not, I listen to you, listen to me, I learn something. Or I listen to you, maybe you know something that I don't know. So it's about, networking is about listening. In fact, I'd call it listening, not networking. So it's not, networking is not going to somewhere, you're invited to an event and you immediately, randomly, passing off cards. And this is what I do, yeah? Networking is about forming relationships. So the skill of networking is having impactful conversations, yeah? When I got the idea of starting Centonomy, when I went for a group meeting I was invited to, and the subject just changed to money. So we're talking about a group of women, we're talking about something completely different. Then people started talking about money. Then I just started talking, I started sharing my troubles, I started sharing, I wish I had done this. this is the way to do it. And people say, I'm listening. And I remember calling my husband immediately. I left there and I said, I have had an aha moment. I have realized what I want to do. It's not about selling. Don't sell fast. Selling, if anything comes at the end, yeah, have a conversation. And every day, we challenge, I challenge you. Have you had, at least every week, have you had a different conversation? Because to run a sustainable business, it is hard, but it happens, and I'll tell you from experience, it happens. There is, and I don't know any business person who has not had to come to terms with this, there are some people you will have to stop hanging out with. Some of your friends are good, yeah, but you'll start realizing who are the truly good friends and who are not. Yeah, I think I had a lot of many acquaintances, many friends, but when things got thick, I realized who it was that were truly hanging around with. An entrepreneur builds others and cultivates an environment where others can thrive. Now, one of my biggest lessons in this, it's not about you.
Yeah.
It is not about you. Yeah. It is not you and your ego and how you want to be known and how you want to be seen. First of all, let's start with your customer. It doesn't matter what you think about your product and your service. It matters what your customer thinks. Yeah. It never matters what you think. Yeah. Of course, you can give suggestions, but you have to test them out and see, is the customer thinking the same way as you? Yeah. It is about what does your customer think, and never ignore what your customer thinks. We have had, in 1-1, we've had, we're in our 14th season, and every season we take feedback and we implement. Sometimes we have to change facilitators, sometimes we have to change the way we say things, but sometimes we don't want feedback, do we? We don't want someone to tell you you're doing the wrong thing because that you will feel that I'll fail or whatever. So you'd rather delude yourself into doing it, and then what do we blame? They're not ready for my idea. So first of all, it's about other people. The team that you work with, it is about the entrepreneurial spirit in each and every one of the people you work with. It's about building others. That is why you are doing what you do. Yeah. So entrepreneurship does not necessarily mean someone starts a business. You can have an entrepreneur working with you in your organization. Yeah. I think that's the best place to be. We've got to say, I am willing to build that kind of organization. Even Steve Jobs did not do it by himself. He was not the only entrepreneur in Apple. Yeah? I am going to learn and found an enterprise. Yeah? Because we want great enterprises out of this. Yeah? That cultivates an entrepreneurial spirit, that has an entrepreneurial climate. And to do that, you will have to question, especially if you worked in the corporate world, some of the practices that are in the traditional corporate world. There are a lot of businesses that, Estella said, that are now trying to change. They're realizing that system does not work anymore. Yeah. So a lot of them are trying to change. But the best thing new businesses can actually do is start with that culture in mind. And a lot of it is, as long if you are happily working yourself out of job, some of the things come quite naturally. But remember, it's not just about you. We rise by lifting other people.